Hi, good morning. It's Saturday, the 25th of April, 2026. I think today's my brother's birthday. My brother Daryl, who I go to baseball games with. Today's his birthday. And my younger brother, uh, Marion, his birthday was Monday. And my birthday is actually next Thursday, actually on the 30th. We got a lot of people in my family have birthdays in April. I think my niece and my sister have birthdays in April as well. To anyway, good morning. Hope everyone had a good week. Um, like I said, like I mentioned before, I was. Hold on, I don't have the pill bottle. I had it here somewhere, but I'll get it anyway. I'm down to two last pills from the antibiotics that I was taking after I went to the City Med place last week. I've been taking the medication. Like I said, at first it was making me a little loopy and making me get stomach cramps. But I read about it. It said, make sure you drink water so that way it'll prevent you from having cramps and stuff. So I did that. Drank water with, like yesterday, I had pancakes and sausage for my breakfast, and then I drank a bottle of water. So that way, with the pill, so that way I didn't get any cramps in my stomach and stuff. And of course, when I eat my dinner, like I did last night, I always drink a bottle of water anyway. So, um, no effects, and I was able to sleep, without cramps or anything. So, like I said, today's the last day, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait a couple of days to see how I feel because it runs out. The medication runs out today. A couple of days, how I feel, and then I'm going to go to it. I'm going to make an appointment, and I think I'm going to do it on my birthday. I think um, I'm going to do it. I was going to try to because I know it tells you that if you shouldn't follow, you don't have to follow up if the medication that you take and it solves the issue that I had then you don't have to go. But I think I want to follow up with a different urologist. I went to a guy on 59th on 61st Street last year when I had an issue, and so I'm going to go this time. I'm going to pick another doctor. I think in Midtown. I have a address. He's on Second Avenue in Manhattan. It's like around 42nd Street, around there. So I'm going. I'm thinking maybe I might go to work and then leave to go see the doctor and then go home like that. Maybe see him in the afternoon, get blood and urine, and then go home. I think I may do it that way rather than take the whole day off. Although I may take the whole day off. It's my birthday, so what the hell? I may do that anyway. But in any event, I'm gonna go and find out and see. I would like just to get a second opinion because if I have a urinary tract infection, if I or I had it because I've been taking the medication, may have cleared it up because I read that's common in older, men over 50. So maybe I have that, or maybe I have diabetes. I don't know what it is. So that's why I would like for him to check all those things because, like I said last year, I had to do the ultrasound on my, they scanned my whole bladder, and then they gave me a bladder scan, and everything seemed to be okay. I didn't have that issue again. I finished taking the antibiotics that I was given, and it seemed to clear everything up, and it seemed everything went back to normal. But like I said, around 2 weeks ago, 2, 3 weeks, I think about 2.5 weeks ago, I started having the urgency again to pee. Not every 5 minutes or something, but every hour. It seemed like I was waking up like two times. I think about two times. Maybe is it three times a night? Because normally I wake up like once during the night. When I usually go to sleep, and then I usually wake up around either 3 or 4, depending on and then pee, get back in the bed, go to sleep, and then wake up when I have to wake up at 5:30. But I was seeming like I was having the urge to go every hour, like my bladder was filling up like way too quick. Although I still had this issue thing where I would go like I could go to lunch. I'd go to lunch at 1 o'clock. I would urinate before I go to lunch, and then I would actually be able to not have to urinate until like after 3 or something. I was able to, like I said, usually, like I said, I'm pretty regular, if that's a word. Or like my body is kind of like trained to. to, after all these years of getting up and going and stuff and doing it at a certain time, like before I leave, I go to the, urinate before I leave, and by the time I get to work, about 45 minutes later or 50, I urinate, then I'm off to eat, and then 2 hours later, so I'm pretty regular like that way. But I kept having this urge, especially when I used to get off I used to make sure I go to the bathroom before I leave work at like, I'd go by 8 minutes before I had to leave. And by the time I got home, which is like 45 minutes later, 50, depending on the, rush hour traffic, I'd have to, as soon as I get off the train and start walking, I feel that urgent need to go to the, when normally I could hold it because it's like a 5 to 8 minute walk to my house. I would have this urge to go, and I know I could even make it to my house without having to either pull over in an alley or something, and because I couldn't even make it. That's, it's like that frequency, that I don't know if it was a psychological thing or just it was just like an urge to go. So I think I was going more than the normal time because I know I was reading. They said men over 80 usually go around 8 times a day, and I was going more than that. So uh, that's why I went to the City Med place last week, and they gave me the antibiotics and stuff, and they told me I had to, because I asked them for a referral to a urologist. They said no, you're gonna have to call your insurance company and set that up yourself. So what I want to do is go on ZocDoc, which is a place to find a urologist, and I'm gonna call the guy and set up an appointment for a Thursday. Uh, see if he takes new patients in my insurance, and then go, and possibly go. Like I said, I'm thinking maybe I should take the whole day off. It's my birthday, and just maybe set the appointment for like 1 o'clock or something like that, and go see him, and then get back home. Yeah, I think I may do it that way. Just take the whole day off. Because I was thinking, because it's at 42nd Street, I work at 47th, so I could technically walk over. But then, what's the point of going to work and then going him, and then I got plenty of time, so I could I can afford to take the day off. And it's my birthday, so what the hell? So fingers crossed. I'm hoping that it's not diabetes. Like I said, my mother had diabetes, and my youngest brother has diabetes. So it's not like it runs in the family. Like everybody in my family has diabetes, but you never know, you know exactly. Or I'm thinking maybe it is the urinary tract infection. That that's just something that older, because it says older people do. Over 50, you do get. And I'm gonna ask him, maybe is it my diet? Maybe I have to change my diet. No more fried food or something. More vegetables and stuff. And uh, you know, uh, so I'm just hoping that, like I said, let him take the blood and the urine. And if he wants to give me a bladder scan, let him give me a bladder scan. Uh, and just tell him that I would just like you know a resolution to this thing because I don't like being sick. Okay, and hopefully I'm hoping uh, that he's going to tell me once he takes the blood urine. No, you don't have diabetes, but you did have a urinary tract infection. Apparently, it cleared up because uh, we see and I think he can tell from that. And I think that's my stepfather. He went to the hospital last night. I think he came back. Uh, his blood pressure went up, so he monitors his health. He takes his health real seriously. So he went to the emergency room, I think, last night. And I think he just came back because he goes when he feels sick. My stepfather's like, I think, like 89 years old. If he feels anything, he gets up and puts his clothes on, and he goes to the hospital. Okay, so I told him to call me, but I think he just got released because you know how emergency rooms are. So, although like I told him that before that you don't have to go to emergency rooms where you have to wait like that. You can go to the City Med places. Although I don't think they were open when he left last night, because I think they open like from I think 8 in the morning to like 9 at night, and I think that's 7 days a week, and that's the whole reason why they open up these City Med places, so you don't have to work, so you don't have to wait in the emergency room half the night. But I think he's used to going to emergency room, so that's what he does. But like I said, he takes his health seriously, and I'm going to take my health seriously too, which is why I'm going to schedule this appointment because at first I was just going to wait and see if I and monitor my pee output, and if that's a thing, and see if I'm going to the restroom less. And I noticed this week, like I said, it was only one day when I got off the train that I felt the need to go. Uh, but those other 4 days, I was able, taking the medication, able to hold it until I got home. Okay, and then even like Friday, I did feel that urge to go, but I held it. I held it for like a half hour. I felt that urge to go, so I held it. Actually, not. I think it was about 40 minutes. I held it and didn't go till like a quarter till 5. Got up, peed, felt that relief. Got on the train, got home. I went to the deli, got myself a sandwich, and walked home without the urge to pee. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this antibiotics that I took is is the thing, and maybe it was a urinary tract infection that was causing me to have this frequent urge to go. But I want him to test for diabetes. I know he can take blood, valid blood, take some urine sample again, and tell me if he can diagnose me, and hopefully, like I said, maybe he can recommend. He said, you know what, take this medication. This should help. Change your diet. Those things. That's what I want clarification from him. Okay, or even maybe a colonoscopy. Maybe I have to get a colonoscopy. But I'll even ask. I'm going to ask him a lot of questions just to make sure I get all the answers and stuff. So maybe I've had a colonoscopy. I had it just uh, before COVID hit. I had a colonoscopy. So maybe it's time. My friend just had one this past week. He had a colonoscopy. I think his second one, and so maybe it's time for me to have a second colonoscopy. Maybe it's time for me to have another one. Maybe they can tell even more um, what's wrong. So that's what I'm hoping. And there's that. So hope, fingers crossed. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna set up the point for Thursday, my birthday. Then maybe this is the time. I gotta decide what time I want to go. If I'm gonna take the whole day off for work, or which I think I may, and to just go him see him around 1 o'clock, see what times he has available, and go see it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, give blood and urine, and he can, uh, and hopefully, maybe they can, give me a proper diagnosis. Maybe it was just another urinary tract infection. Okay, so hopefully, uh, we'll see. Anyway, today, after I finish recording this, I'm gonna get up, wash up, make myself an omelet. I got the muffin. I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna take the antibiotic with that, and drink some water with that, and then I'm gonna have to watch The Boys and Monarch this morning. I'll watch that before I leave and run around do my errands. It's supposed to rain today. It's sunny right now, but it's supposed to rain. I think it was supposed to rain today and tomorrow later. So I'm gonna probably get outside before it starts raining. So if I can get out, leave my house like 2 o'clock, and run around do my errands, get my clothes out and cleans and stuff, and get back in the house a little bit after 3, so I can stay in the house before the rain, because it's supposed to rain today, I think, until tomorrow. Okay, so that's it. And what else? Oh yeah, I may have another digital code giveaway contest. I know I'm not having them as frequently as I used to, but I definitely want to have another one, and I think I'm probably going to have another one in May. Uh, so look forward to that, and I'll definitely make an announcement, post it when I order the movies, because it's not like before, and it's kind of sad things are not the way it used to be. Best Buy doesn't sell movies anymore, and Target, I think, doesn't sell movies anymore either. So I basically have to go through Amazon to order movies and stuff, which is really, really quite sad. that they don't do that anymore. It kind of took a lot of the enjoyment, because I used to look forward to going to Best Buy and walk around, look at the movies and stuff, and pick some out. But and then just to see the displays and all that stuff. Oh yeah, and another thing, I'm going to buy a new. I want to buy a new TV. So next month is Memorial Day, and I know they have sales on Memorial Day. So I'm hoping that have a TV fund, have money just to the side and stuff, like gift cards and stuff. So hopefully it's a nice sale for TV, because I know Memorial Day and of course Black Friday is another great time for them to sell TV. So hopefully there's a nice sale that I can get a nice TV, a bigger TV. I got a 60-inch TV right now. And I was thinking to get a 65, but now I'm thinking maybe a 75-inch TV. I have the stand here. When I bought this, not this TV, but the TV before this one, I bought the stand with it, and it has a thing that you can just hook the TV on. So I don't have I don't have the brackets in the wall. I just have the brackets on the stand, and it has a pole that you can stick the wires through, and then hook up the TV on there, and you can just unscrew it. Like if I was to do it now, I would have to get my stepfather and my brother to come in the room and hold the TV on either side, and I just unscrew the screws, take that old TV off, and lay it down, and then take the new TV. That's got to make sure the Vesta. It's called the Vesta. Makes sure the new TV has the full. I think that'll be 400 by 800. I think, and then that way I can hook that TV onto this one, and then just screw it in, so that way I don't have to hook it into the wall and stuff. I know a lot of people, they do. I've seen a lot of people do TV installs and they hook it into the wall and stuff, but I don't want to hook it into the wall. I want to leave it on the stand. That's what I got the stand for. And so I think I can, as long as that it has a Vesta for I think 400 by 800. I think this is the one I have here. So for this TV, so as long as it's that, then I should be able to do the same. So fingers crossed, there'll be a nice sale. But if not, I can wait to Black Friday. It'll just be a couple more months. I can wait to Black Friday, and just buy, and where there's going to be definitely more sales and stuff, because they got to get all the new TV. They're trying a massive sale for those. So and plus, plus this Best Buy over here, the one on Fordham, it closed down too. That's another thing. It used to be right next to the end. You know what was messed up? Because there used to be a Best Buy and not a CVS. Was it CVS? I think it was a CVS right there, and the same thing in a Sears, and they all closed down. I don't even know what's in that spot now. I don't know if somebody Best Buy closed that store down, and CVS closed down that pharmacy. And like I said, I don't know, because the pharmacy seemed to have a lot of people going in and out. Same thing with the Best Buy, but for whatever reason, they closed down. So those three stores, Sears closed. I think Sears closed first. The Sears used to be, you could take the elevator down to the basement, and that's where Sears was. And it seemed that they used to have TVs and all this other stuff. See, they closed down first. I think then I think it was Dwayne Reed, not Dwayne Reed, CVS, and then I think it was CVS. I forget, but it was a drugstore. They closed down, and then Best Buy. First, they said it closed down for renovation, but then it never opened back up again. So it's unfortunate. There's no like Best Buy around here. The closest one is you got to go further up in the Bronx to go to one. I think there's one further up. So, so we're gonna cross our fingers and hope that I'm hoping. But let's say even if I have diabetes, hopefully I don't. But if I do, hopefully the doctor can tell me the proper way to manage it. If I have to take insulin and stuff, like I said, change my diet, I'll do what I have to do to because I plan on living. I don't plan on dying anytime soon, hopefully. So, but I am going to invest my health, because I definitely want to make sure I resolve this, because I don't like being sick. I don't like having that urgency to pee all the time. Like I said, usually, most times I could even put it off when I'm at work and I'm busy running around. And sometimes I'm in the middle of a job and I feel that urgency to pee. I can put it off. I say, you know what, let me ignore it, and I'll finish doing what I do until I absolutely have to go, and then I'll go off and urinate, and then yeah. Like I said on Friday, I really uh, like I said before lunch, I went to the restroom, and then from 1 o'clock to like almost 3 o'clock, I almost lasted. I was trying to hold out to like 3:20, but I absolutely waited until almost three, and then I said, let me go, because I felt that a real urgency. And then I went and had that relief, and then I waited until 4:45, from 3 o'clock to like 4:45. That was an hour and 45 minutes. You know, make sure I didn't have to go to the bathroom. I did feel like kind of urgency around a little bit after four, but I said, you know what, let me hold off on going, so that way, and was able to hold off on it, but looking at YouTube videos and thinking of other things, and then finally I got a quarter to it, and I said, let me go, and I felt that instant relief, when you urinate after holding it, and I was able to go home on a train like 10 minutes later. Got back uptown around 4:45. Went to the deli, waited, got a sandwich, waited for that, waited like 10 minutes to get done. And I was able to walk home without an urgency to pee. I think I got home and drank some water, and I didn't think I had to urinate until like after 7. Yeah, I think after 7. So basically, from that 4:45 to like 2 hours and 15 minutes later, I didn't have to pee again until then. After I got home, and I was after 6, and I started drinking a bottle of water. Like I said, I usually drink water when I get home. You know, so I'm fingers crossed. I'm hoping that it's not diabetes, which I hope it's not. But yeah, I know diabetes is manageable as long as it depends on what type of diabetes you have too. I know that. So, and I hope it's not any kind of cancer too. That's another thing. Uh, I hope it's not. So, fingers crossed. And like I said, I'll ask you too. Do you think maybe I should get a colonoscopy? Maybe that, I'll give you definitively more information, or maybe he'll say, you should do what I did the last time, get another ultrasound and another bladder scan, and you know, whatever he says. That's why I want to go to a different urologist, so definitely to see what his opinion is, and I can also give him the name of my other doctor that I went to last year, so that way maybe if he wants to check those records and stuff, he can compare and stuff. So I'm going to do what I have to do. So anyway, it's almost 9 o'clock, so I'm going to wrap this up. Like I said, I'm going to go to the restroom, wash up, cook myself an omelet, and cook my muffin. I'm going to sit here and and watch YouTube videos until maybe around 11 or so, or maybe around 12, and then from 12 to 1, and then 1 to 2, I'll watch The Boys and Monarch, and then get dressed and go outside and run around and do my errands and stuff, so I can get back into the house. I want to get back into the house around 3 something, so that way I don't have to go, because I think it's going to rain this afternoon. They said it's 100% chance of rain today and tomorrow. And like right now, it's sunny. It's before 9 o'clock. It's sunny, but it is supposed to rain. They said 100% chance of rain today and tomorrow. So it is what it is. So again, and I also got to make a video for my other channel, Paul's Views and Opinions. I don't think I've done a video for that channel last week. So I do have. So I'm going to try to make a video for that channel. And what else? Yeah, I do have I want to make a video. They released the Clayface trailer, the teaser trailer, which was a great trailer, a teaser, very horrific, very haunting. But I have a theory about the Clayface movies, which I want to make a video about. So I'm going to do that. That'll be on this channel. Okay, so I'll do that. Like I said, I can edit. What I think I'm going to do is, because Monica is like 43 minutes. When I come back from running my errands and stuff, and I'll start and making the other videos, I'm going to edit Monarch. Because Monarch I can edit within within 2 hours, so I can edit that today, and then tomorrow I'll edit The Boys tomorrow. I think that's the way to go to do it, because the boys just using like an hour and stuff, so I need more time, and I can have more time to do that tomorrow. So that's it. And like I said, fingers crossed. By the time you see me again next week, I don't know if I'll know because it'll be Thursday. I don't know if they get the blood test results back within 2 days or something. I don't know if they're gonna rush it or maybe it'll take a couple of days, and I'll find out. Either way, I had the blood results of the other because I took a urine test and stuff when I went to the City Med place. So hopefully I'll tell the doctor that so he can get those results too. I think I printed it out too, so I have that. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it's not cancer, it's not diabetes. Hopefully it's something like I said, maybe I can change my diet. When I eat, cut out the fried foods, maybe eat before 3 o'clock. No, not 3 hours before I go to bed. That's what I mean. I've been trying to do that this past week. Even last night, I finished eating before 9:30. I didn't go to sleep till I think after 2 something. So I'm trying to, because I know they said it's better for your heart. I think if you eat 3 hours before you go to bed, because then your food has time to digest and stuff. So I'm just, like I said, I'm gonna ask him a lot of questions. So hopefully he can tell me that, yeah, okay, we tested your blood, you don't have diabetes, no cancer as far as we know. Maybe you should schedule a colonoscopy because you're over 60, so maybe you should schedule another colonoscopy, which I wouldn't mind doing. And yeah, and then maybe you can tell me, what I should eat. Maybe you said, change your diet, is get no fried foods. Like I said, I thought drinking water would be, good because I know they said as you get older, sometimes you'll get an enlarged prostate, as your age and stuff, and you're susceptible to urinary tract infections and stuff. So, and then like I said, antibiotics usually clears that up. So it did last year with the thing I did. So hopefully the antibiotics I'm taking today, hopefully that would have cleared up, or maybe he can prescribe some medication that he said just take whenever you feel that urge to go so much. Use this medication, okay? Use this medication for like a week, and then see what the results are. And then you can go back or come back to the doctor and ask for some antibiotics, okay? And we'll keep testing you, okay? So fingers crossed for me that's something that we'll do. I'm gonna think positive, okay? Because even if I have diabetes, hopefully it's not the worst version of it. Something that's manageable, okay? That's my watch for 9 o'clock. I had to switch my watch because my other watch, the battery died when I was at work, so I gotta get the battery replaced. I have been in my bag. I gotta reach when I go downtown because there's a a watch repair place right around the corner from my job by the subway, and I'll tell them to see how much the battery costs them to replace that battery because I bought that I have that G-Force watch. I bought that from Macy's like years ago, like over 10 years ago or so, and it was lasted me a good long time, and I like that watch. But I bought this watch from Amazon. I think was it last year? Yeah, last year, and it's a pretty solid watch. The little band that holds the thing in place when it fell off, so eventually I'll get that replaced because the guy, So anyway, hope everyone have a great weekend. Stay safe, be well. Okay. In the description box are links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. Also a link to my other channel, Bob Views and Opinions. You check that out as well. Also have a link down below to my merchandise store. As you can see in my previous videos, I have my Trepacer logo. I have the spherical circles. Those are the 2 designs I have. I'm on merchandise. I have it on t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, hoodies, water bottles, teddy bears for men, women, unisex. Follow link and we'll take it to my merchandise store. And also, like I said, I'm going to probably have another digital code giveaway contest in May. Okay, so look forward to that. I'll make a post about it when I do it. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. That helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Trepacer. So long, and take care.